Live from WSLS, this is 10 News at 6, working for you.
Tonight, your local weather authority is tracking showers and storms moving into our area this evening. The areas that could see the most rain and possible flooding as well. Plus, a new community center with Black history roots. What this means for the family who helped open it over the past decade. Good Sunday evening to you. Thank you for your time. I'm McKinley Struther. 12 kayakers are back home safe after getting stranded in the middle of the James River this morning. Botetourt County Fire and EMS says the kayaks were submerged underwater just downstream of the Springwood boat landing in Buckhannon. The entire group made it out safe. 2 people were evaluated for minor medical concerns on the scene. However, no one was taken to the hospital. Good news there. Let's take a break from that and let's go to our weather right now. Chief Meteorologist Jeff Hanowich is here tonight. No one does weather quite like you, and no season does storms quite like the summer.
I'll tell you what, it's been something else for the last 6 to 7 days. And McKinley, there is no sign of this ending anytime soon, as we're going to have, I think, some tropical moisture moving in as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday. Here's a look at the radar picture here at 6:01, and you'll notice that we are seeing some isolated showers and thunderstorms, okay? Without question, the worst of the weather in Pittsylvania County, extending from northern parts of the city of Danville north into Chatham, right along Highway 29, say near Blair's, over towards Tunstall High School, right along Highway 41. This cell producing a whole lot of thunder and lightning, gusty winds, some small hail, and of course torrential downpours. Now, as we go farther to the west, rain is a little more spotty. You'll notice a couple of showers near Boone's Mill. Over, say, towards the Giles and also Pulaski County line, areas north of Radford, right along Highway 100, still seeing some rain showers just again south of Parisburg. Certainly more rain situated towards West Virginia. We've got more rain situated in North Carolina heading to the north, and that leads me to believe that we're going to continue to have that chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the course of the evening. Temperatures will fall into the low to mid 70s by around 10 o'clock. Your bus stop forecast for Monday, looking at temperatures starting out 60s to near 70. By the afternoon, temperatures 70s to near 80. In the morning, some spotty showers will be around with a better chance for rain and thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. McKinley?
All right, Jeff, thank you. A Grayson County man tonight faces multiple charges for assault and battery of a family member. State police say Brandon Gold, right here on your screen, intentionally ran into another car in relation to a domestic situation. An adult woman and 2 young children were inside of that vehicle, but they were not hurt. Authorities say he then fled from the scene and at one point shot at deputies. No officers were hurt. Gold later crashed into another car and was taken to the hospital for his injuries. He is being held tonight at the New River Valley Regional Jail. Major turmoil in Afghanistan this weekend. The country's government has fallen apart, and now the Taliban is inching closer to taking complete control. Taliban fighters entered Kabul today, taking control of the presidential palace after the president fled the country. The collapse of the government comes shortly after the Biden administration announced the U.S. military mission in Afghanistan would end on August 31st, accelerating the withdrawal of U.S. troops after 20 years in that region.
The fact of the matter is, we've seen that force has been unable to defend the country, and that has happened more quickly than we anticipated.
The U.S. Embassy in Kabul has been evacuated and is now operating out of an airport in that city. The death toll from yesterday's 7.2 magnitude earthquake in Haiti continues to rise today. More than 700 people are now dead and thousands are hurt. Officials are racing to rescue survivors ahead of the expected arrival of a tropical storm. The quake flattened hundreds of homes and buildings, mainly in southwestern Haiti. The rescue efforts will be likely complicated by Tropical Storm Grace, which is set to lash Haiti with heavy rain sometime tomorrow. Back here at home, a Danville nonprofit is shifting into high gear to help deliver supplies to Haiti. God's Pit crew loaded about 40,000 pounds of supplies on a semi-truck this morning to send to Haitians in need. That includes packs of Gatorade, protein bars, charcoal, and blessing buckets filled with survival items. The supplies will be delivered to Haiti early next week.
So our mission is still the same, that we're going to deliver these products to those who need it most. And right now, unfortunately, it's the Haitian people who have been hit so many times over the last few years.
The nonprofit plans to make more deliveries over the next couple of weeks, but is asking the public to donate whatever they can. Head over to our website, of course, that's WSLS.com, to see how you can help. Additional COVID-19 shots are likely coming for the elderly. However, Dr. Anthony Fauci says at this time, the U.S. government is not ready to give the green light on that. Earlier this week, the FDA did approve an extra dose for those with weakened immune systems.
If it turns out, as the data come in, we see we do need to give an additional dose to people in nursing homes, actually, or people who are elderly, we will be absolutely prepared to do that very quickly.
The U.S. is currently seeing a 700% increase in daily cases from the beginning of July. Experts say that number could jump to levels we have not seen since the pandemic's worst days back in January and February. A new community center in Rocky Mount aims to reawaken the Black history that lies deep within one street. 10 News reporter Alexis Davila explains what this means for the descendants of the family who made a name for themselves on that street.
In downtown Rocky Mount, an empty building with a grand vision lies on Warren Street. A street that was once a center for Black businesses during segregated times will now help foster a new generation of entrepreneurs.
We have this amazing history that nobody even knows about, nevertheless even wants to know about or gets the right history when they are told their history.
Paris Swain attained the lease with the hopes to have a computer lab, a library, a smoothie bar, and space to host events and exercise classes.
This also is a safe haven for people who are having issues or just need somewhere to get away and to talk to.
After a financial battle for nearly 11 years, Paris's grandmother, Darlene Swain, was thrilled to hold the keys to the building that once lived on her family street.
Well, I am excited because I never dreamed that I would get this back.
Coming out of slavery, Darlene's ancestors ended up living on this street. Eventually, Black families started their own businesses when they were denied services because of their skin color.
You couldn't even go in there and buy a soda if you were Black. So it was just like you had to have your own things.
She remembers when this building served as the town's first Black-owned cleaners. To keep these stories alive, pictures of the past will be displayed on the walls.
I want to leave my generation better and more educated and understand and know your history so you won't repeat the same thing.
The center will have a soft reopening on Saturday to honor the 21st anniversary of the Warren Street Festival. In Rocky Mount, Alexis Davila, 10 News, working for you.
More news to come after the break. It'll be a school year like none other. That means emotions we may have never felt. We're working for you on how you can help prepare your child before they head back to the classroom.
WSLS 10 News, the proud winner of 2 2021 Emmy Awards for Best Daytime Newscast and Best Evening Newscast. Your local weather authority, always watching and tracking for you from the JES Weather Center.
You are looking at a live picture from our Poor Mountain Sky Cam, and in the right corner of your screen you're seeing some sunshine, but in the left corner of your screen you're actually seeing quite a bit of cloud cover and some ominous cloud cover at that. As we show you the radar, you'll notice that we do indeed have a couple of thunder showers, say towards areas near Bent Mountain, right along pretty much the Franklin, Floyd, and Roanoke County line. A couple more showers out across parts of Giles County, right in and around Pearisburg, just south of there perhaps. But the worst of the weather is situated across south side locations. You'll notice that areas, say towards northern parts of Henry County, especially over towards parts of Pittsylvania County, extending really from Chatham south into areas very close to Blair's, right along that 29 corridor. We've got some really nasty weather. And as this is moving to the north-northeast, it will likely impact you folks in Gretna here within about the next 10 to 15 minutes. Initially, the rain will be pretty light, but the rain will pick up in intensity. The rain in Tutstall High School will likely start to subside here within about the next 10 minutes or so. In Danville right now, you are done with the rain, although there's a rain cell just to the east of you, right along the Halifax and Pennsylvania County line. I want to show you North Carolina because that's where our weather's coming from. As I told you, this is all moving north-northeast at about 15 to 20 miles per hour, and you'll notice that there's a lot more activity towards North Carolina. The general trend, not always, but the general trend has been for these things to weaken as they get closer to the Commonwealth. Nevertheless, scattered showers and thunderstorms will be in the forecast for us here as we head throughout the course of the evening. I'm not too terribly concerned with severe weather. Could there be one severe thunderstorm warning? I can't rule it out, but I'm more concerned about the potential for some localized flooding, as some heavy rain is certainly possible for us here through about maybe midnight or 1 a.m. After that, just a couple of leftover showers around by daybreak on Monday. Otherwise, by Monday afternoon, more scattered showers and thunderstorms will develop for us, looking at that activity winding down by close to midnight Monday night. And then as we head into Tuesday, you guessed it, pretty much the same story. Very cloudy on Tuesday, a couple of showers early in the day, then more rain will push in as we head, say, towards after lunchtime. Afternoon and evening hours for the next couple of days will be the wettest for us. Now, the next rainmaker is likely to bring us anywhere from about 1 to 3 inches of rain, and it's a front and also some remnant moisture from Tropical Storm Fred. Localized flooding can't be ruled out, and severe weather is not likely. I think it's going to be a little too cool for that, but some heavy downpours and a couple of stronger thunderstorms are possible for us. I do want to take you into the tropics. Here's the latest on Fred. Tropical storm with winds of 45 miles per hour, north-northwest movement at 10. Expected to make a landfall very close to the Alabama-Florida line as we head into tonight, and will likely bring us some rain here as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday. Also watching Grace. Grace has been downgraded to a tropical depression. West wind at moving westerly at 15 miles per hour. It is expected to go over some very mountainous terrain over to the island of Hispaniola, eventually over Puerto Rico. Likely to maintain its tropical depression status here through midweek, and then likely strengthen quite a bit as it moves over the Gulf. And this could be headed towards Texas here by late this week. We do have tropical storm watches and warnings extending from near Mobile all the way into areas near Panama City and Florida. So again, this is expected to make landfall, we think, within about the next 24 to 36 hours, close to Pensacola. Now, coming back closer to home here, temperatures 83 in Roanoke, 81 Lynchburg, 77 in Danville, 79 in Blacksburg. Temperatures cool today, staying cool for the next couple of days. But one thing that's not going to change is the humidity. We're staying very, very humid here for the next 3 to 4 days. Overnight lows tonight, 64 to 71 for tomorrow. Still cool, but more rain and thunderstorms form. Mountains tomorrow, 70s to near 80. Outside the mountains, 79 to 84. Temperatures stay in the 70s for us Tuesday, Wednesday. Then we're back into the mid to upper 80s late this week into this upcoming weekend, with daily thunder shower chances in the forecast, with the wettest days being the first couple of days of the work week. Eric.
All right, coming up in sports, which tennis star will be sidelined for a while, UVA defense feeling back to normal in fall camp, and the wild and wacky finish in Indy on the NASCAR track. That and more next in sports.
Ahead for us, we'll have much more on that major breaking news from Afghanistan. Our Richard Engel is on the ground there as the Taliban takes Kabul. And we're also in Haiti tonight after hundreds were killed by a massive earthquake. Those stories and much more ahead on Nightly News.
Ryan Blaney would claim second today, with Larson and Elliott also in the top 5, with Matt DiBenedetto, Kurt Busch, Eric Jones, and Ryan Newman also finished in the top 10. The regular season of the PGA Tour came to a close today at the Wyndham Championship in Greensboro. Russell Henley led the field entering the final round, but would not manage to hang on. Now, this one did finish up earlier. However, they're still in their broadcast window, so we'll have highlights tonight at 11. But we had a record-tying 6-man playoff that included the likes of Kevin Kisner, Kevin Na, and Siwoo Kim. And as you can see, Kisner will come out on top in the second playoff hole. Webb Simpson would finish in a tie for 7th in this one. Again, we'll have more tonight at 11. Your news and notes tonight. Washington activates Curtis Samuel from the PUP list, but they did release receiver Kelvin Harmon. Lord Botetourt pitcher Ryan Jones announced via Twitter she's committed to UNC Greensboro for softball. And Around the Way with EJ coming up at 7 p.m. on WSLS.com. I catch up with Roanoke native and now Southern University assistant basketball coach Ryan Price. Great conversation with him. Always a joy to catch up with him and see what he's got going on down in the Bayou.
You've been doing some good work with that Around the Way with EJ stuff.
We try.
Some good stuff there. Before we go, rafts inspired by pubs, pizzas, and cartoon characters all raced down a Hungry River this weekend in the annual River Race. All the rafts were built from cardboard plastic bottles, empty barrels, and bicycle parts. A local winemaker and his team built a bar terrace, and of course they had a bottle of wine on board, of course. Another team built a round-shaped wooden creation with pizza topping decorations as team members paddled in the middle. Interesting stuff there.
Taking to the water, nonetheless.
Road trip.
Yeah, let's get a quick check of the forecast before we go.
Yeah, we do have some nasty thunderstorms into central parts of Pittsylvania County, right over Chatham, right along Highway 57, Highway 29. That's where the worst of the weather is right now, the south, capable of gusty winds, hail, thunder, and lightning, and of course, heavy rain.
All right, we'll see you back here tonight at 11. NBC Nightly News is next.